My name is Sandy, S-A-N-D-Y, Durham, D-U-R-H-A-M. I live in Rogersville all my life. The memories I have of Swift they're just part of life. We lived in an apartment called Hassan Street Apartments, just right down the street from here. And when they would come down from the college to go to the movies, in the summer we'd all be out on the front sitting, and we'd talk to them, and they were always just so jovial. And you know, one thing I especially remember, there was never any problem with drugs or alcohol. They were just good, clean kids, and we just enjoyed when they'd come up and down the street. And they were always really nice and just friendly, and that's one of the things I really remember about the kids. Well, my late husband called the football games for Swift, and he and John Bill, another gentleman that has passed away, but they called the football games, and I'd go to a lot of the ball games. And I remember them singing, when they'd make a touchdown, they'd all sing, "Hidey, hidey, hidey, ho." And I remember the maypole dances that they would have, and they'd dress in their white dresses, and they'd do the maypole dance. It was just such an integral part of this community, and a good part. Actually, the memories of May Day are just that, just watching the maypole dances. I do remember about the campus and the buildings. They were always very neat and just very, I don't think I was ever in the college, but you know, it was just, the grounds were always just really well kept, and don't ever remember any problems there. I do remember the main building on campus. Well, it was gigantic, I remember that, and it had the big archways, and in fact, my late husband's family lived just across the street, and the dorm was next to the place where the house was, and there was just a street divided them, and so it was just a very gigantic building to me at that time. My late husband and my oldest son, the bricks were just there. They were just there, and they made several trips, and they cleaned some of the bricks, and they brought them home, and we made a fireplace in our kitchen, and they're made from the bricks from Swift College, and it is a pretty fireplace. Stella has seen it, and it is very pretty. My daughter has a wall that she's going to plant flowers beside, that's from the bricks from Swift College. And also the sign out here has I think I sort of ran Stella down in Walmart one day because I wanted her to have some of the brick, because she didn't really know I had them. And I didn't think to tell her when I'd see her, and then I didn't see her for a while, and I saw her in Walmart, and I think I just about ran her down. And so I wanted them to be on display here at the center. That's just sort of how all this got started, I think. The football games were a lot of fun, and everybody was just jovial, and they had, I know they had a tent set up, and all the food was just delicious. So it was just really exciting, and especially since my late husband called the games, I usually went to them. It was a lot of fun. I know they had the food, some of the food, they had delicious chili. I remember they had delicious chili and hot chocolate. Oh, it was so good. The race relations in Hawkins County have always been very good. I think the white and the colored have always had respect for each other. And I think part of it was that the kids were educated, and they were strict, and it was just a good blend that we've just always enjoyed each other. I think the thing is we've enjoyed each other, and the education from Swift did play a big part in that. And I remember the town was saddened when they knew the college was going to be torn down. One of the guys that I remember coming down, that would walk down the street from where we lived, He was from New York, and he had red hair, and he could sing like a bird. Oh, he could sound just like a bird, just whistle, and we always enjoyed we picked out a few like that, which was really good. Well, if you've never been to Rogersville, it is a laid-back, quiet, quaint, beautiful little town. It's an old town, and the people here are, I've been told the people that come in, they sort of feel like outsiders, but that's odd to me because I don't feel that way about people, but it is a quaint little town. But when I grew up, it was just such a safe little town, and nobody ever bothered anybody else. You didn't lock your doors. It was just, you could play on the, be out on the streets. You could just, the neighborhoods were all safe, and we just all played together, and it was a very, very good, quaint little, it's an antique town, I think. The people in Rogersville all knew about Swift College, and we all had a real appreciation for the college. Of course, growing up, being just a youngster, I really didn't even think about it, but it has, the people remember that we're here and still living that knew about Swift. But Swift was just a very big part of the community and the town. I don't think people now remember the college as we did, because it's been gone for a long time, and you would have to have been alive at that time, I think, to have really appreciated it. And I don't really think people now really do know that much about it, even the people that live here. The role of the museum in reminding the people of the college is, it is just very necessary. And Stella has done a wonderful job in bringing it all together. It's just been remarkable. And when I walked in the first time I saw the mural, it just brought tears to my eyes. It was just like I was there, and standing on the sidewalk, just looking up at it. And it was just really a very, very special thing for me. Actually, I didn't really have the interaction because I was with the kids because I was a lot younger. And we moved away from the Hassan Street apartment when I was about 7th or 8th grade, and the college was still there, I believe, at the time, but they were all older than me. And I didn't actually pass the college on my way to school. I walked to school, and it was the city school. And so I really didn't that much interact with the individual students because they were college students, and I was just a kid. I was a kid at once. I think the college played a very big part. I think the aspects of it today have lived on, and the center here has it makes it alive. It's kept it alive. It's kept its memory alive, and a lot of the people my age and my race or the black race they're going to pass on, and it's just so good that we have the center here to keep that memory alive, and it's good memories. That's what I want to say. It's all good memories. It's just good memories for my generation and the generation that's coming up, and they need to know that it's a prideful thing for them, because they can have a lot of pride in what was done at the college here. And we've had a lot of celebrities here too in Rogersville, and that's all displayed here, and so that's all been real part. One of the things which doesn't really is not, well, it does the college because the kids from the college would be there, but St. Mark's Church, when that's where they would attend church, and on Sunday morning, if I hadn't gone to church myself, my mother and I, we'd open the doors and listen to them sing at St. Mark's, and it was just beautiful. Oh, it was just beautiful, and that's a good memory I still have. They did have the parades in town, and it was an exciting thing to watch the parades and the band, and they were good strutters. They really had some good nice parades, and we always loved watching that. We always enjoyed that. Okay, and they would have parades in town, and they had a good band, and they were high steppers. They really were, and they were always a lot of fun to watch. We always enjoyed that tremendously. Loved to go down and watch them. When they tore down the administrative building, the main building, I believe it was in 1964. After a while, my late husband and our oldest son, David, just went and got some of the bricks and cleaned them, and we now have a fireplace in our kitchen. It's just beautiful, out of the brick from Swift College. It is a point of pride and nostalgia. Excuse me. Edit that. It is a point of pride and nostalgia for me to have the brick. It's like part not only of Swift College, but my childhood and growing up, and lives in my home today. And I point that out to just about everybody that comes into my house, into our home. And it's also a reminder to my children and grandchildren that this is a part of a college that used to be in our town that has been torn down, and probably different homes in Rogersville also have a part of Swift in their home.